Hey friends, welcome back. So this is the last haul of the year, the last book haul. It's not as big as my hauls usually are, but that's because my shopping at thrift stores has been a little bit less. Anyway, let me just show you what I got, okay? Because these have been sitting around for a couple of months waiting for me to talk to you guys about them. Okay. I got Quiet Places, Warm Thoughts, a collection of stories and poems by Jeanette Oak. Like, this looks like a legitimate vintage copy because, I don't know, her name's really small, it looks old, it feels old, and I want to try more poetry this year, so I don't really see any poetry. It does say stories. Well, there's one poem. They're all short stories except for like, okay, there's like 3 poems. Okay, that's fair. But yeah, there's a good little one I want to read. I found The Proposal by Angela Hunt. She discovered a hidden link between women and their unborn children, a broken lifeline certain forces would kill to conceal. It sounds like almost like, I don't know, science fiction-y, perhaps? Oh, right. It has to do with mistaken identity and a famous author and someone who gets mistaken for that famous author, and then they get into some stuff. And I don't know, it just kind of intrigued me, so I am going to give that one a try. Another one is this, I don't know, this is kind of cool. This is a Roald Dahl short story collection. So far I've liked most of Roald Dahl's stuff, actually. I think I've only read 3. And I like 2 out of 3. Yeah, I guess maybe I'll just need to read more. But anyway, these are short stories. Sorry, I'm just peeling stickers off the back. Tales of the Unexpected, a collection of Roald Dahl stories, is always occasion for applause. So, yeah, we'll see. We shall see. I'm really trying short stories a lot more often lately, so yeah. Here's another one, Poems Back in Time for You by Margaret Zeri. Again, trying poetry. I will be doing more poetry videos in 2022, so look out for that. I flipped through it and it's these nice short concise little poems that I prefer, and I think they have rhythm and potentially rhyme. I love that, so there's that one. I found The Sign Painter by Davis Bunn. Deeply emotive story about a young mother struggling to get back on her feet after a devastating loss. I don't know. It's Davis Bunn and it was super cheap, so I mean, willing to try it. I haven't tried any Davis Bunn yet. But, okay, this one I thought was like super cool looking. This is Apples of Gold, and I mean this book, why thrift stores, why? Must have put stickers on the box. Anyway, I just saw this cover and I thought, ooh, that's beautiful. I want that. And then it's got a cute little inscription from 1990 from whoever gave it to someone. And it's also a poetry book in the format that I prefer. So looking forward to some of this poetry. Ooh, it's under like, oh, it's under like different themes, like there's meekness, faith, goodness, gentleness, peace, joy. The fruits of the spirit? Is that what that means? Oh, cool. I think I like that even more now. Okay, anyway, love the way that this cover looks, but also looking forward to reading it. Okay, so I found 7. The Prophet, the Shepherd, and the Star by Jenny L. Cote, or Cote, I don't know. Side-splitting humor, danger, heartache, hope, and spiritual truth. The nativity story, it's not just for Christmas anymore. And I think from what I gather, it tells the Jesus story, the nativity story, from the perspective of animals, like the animals that would have been potentially in the area, which is kind of neat. So I'm hoping that this is like keeps biblically accurate, other than obviously talking animals or thinking animals. But I hope, yeah, that this is accurate and it's a good read, and I'm really interested in what this story could be. Like how do you weave a story like this? I don't know. But I'm down to try it. I have been wanting to try a Christina Henry for ages, and I finally found one at the thrift store, so beware the claws that catch. This is an Alice in Wonderland retelling, and so far I'm 2 for 2 on Alice in Wonderland retellings, and I do like the original story. So yeah, I hear Christina Henry's writing is like a lot more grittier, so I don't know if this will work for me, but I'm definitely down to try it. So a psychotic journey through the bowels of magic and madness. A mind-bending new novel inspired by the twisted and wondrous works of Lewis Carroll. I don't know. I'm willing to try it. Okay, I saw this one at the thrift store, which was kind of cool because I have a different one in this series. And so whenever you find like more in a series that you already have and you're already interested in and it's cheap, pick it up. So Fatal Exchange by Lisa Harris. Yeah, don't know what else to say. I think it's Christian suspense, probably romance. Not super sure. And then we have the 3 that I won in a Instagram giveaway with Revel. So I do have a video and I can link it here, but The Chase by Lisa Harris, Burden of Proof by Bunn, both authors I've already talked about, and Deadly Target by Elizabeth Goddard. So these are the 3. These are actually ARC copies, but they are all long released already. I'd be interested to hear your guys' thoughts on any of these if you've read them. So yeah, that was a really cool thing to win a giveaway. It was really cool. Okay, this one's been sitting on my shelf for a while, so my thoughts on it might have changed. We'll see. Castle on the Rise by Christy Cambron. I have read 2 Christy Cambron prior to picking this book up, and I quite liked both of them. It was The Illusionist's Apprentice and The Ringmaster's Wife. I really like both of those. Oh yeah, they're on the back here too. But I did try The Lost Castle, which is the first one in this series. I tried that one a couple months ago, and I didn't care for that one, so I'm a little bit like, I don't know, but I will try this one because, well, A, I own it, and B, I want to try it still. So I think that one's Christian historical fiction, possibly romance. Another one that is historical fiction, I don't know. I have I have a couple of these, not a couple, I think I have one other one in this series by Penelope J. Stokes, The Amber Photograph. The Amethyst Heart is the other one I have. But I don't know. Could be good. Could be a flop. We will see. Then I have Imperion, The Search for Fiera? I don't know. But it was Stephen Lawhead. So I mean, yeah, I'm going to try it. Haven't heard anything about it. It looks like an older one. Who knows? But I am collecting and trying all of Stephen Lawhead's stuff. Speaking of, I got 2 more. This one I do already have, but because I have the other ones in this edition in hardcover, but this book that I have is in mass market paperback, I wanted the hardcover to match the other ones, so got this one. And then Pendragon, I don't know, how do you say that? But I didn't have this one yet, and this is the last one I needed for the Pendragon cycle. so I picked it up. It does not match because my other ones are in mass market paperback, and this one is obviously hardcover, but I needed it for my collection, so reminiscent of C.S. Lewis, I'm down for that. Ooh, Lawhead evokes the best of British fantasy in a beautiful voice that is all his own. Cool. Yeah, I'm actually going to be starting this series in 2022, so excited. Okay. Your Powerful Prayers, Reaching the Heart of God with a Bold and Humble Faith by Susie Larson. You guys probably know that I am on the hunt for good prayer books for, I don't know, just improving my prayer life. So here's another one. It's got a foreword by John Eldridge. Never heard of it, never heard of Susie Larson, but totally willing to learn more about prayer. This next one actually, it was pretty interesting how this happened, and I mean, we can call it a God thing, but I had watched one of Kendra's, I don't know if it was a recommendation video or if it was a haul video, but she had really recommended True North by Gary Heim and Lisa Heim, and then I happened to find it in the thrift store, like almost, I don't know if it was the same day or the next day, but it was like super quickly after. I was like, oh, that's the one Kendra was talking about. So, Choosing God in the Frustrations of Life. This next one actually, it was pretty interesting how this happened, and I mean, we can call it a God thing, but I had watched one of Kendra's, I don't know if it was a recommendation video or if it was a haul video, but she had really recommended True North by Gary Heim and Lisa Heim, and then I happened to find it in the thrift store, like almost, I don't know if it was the same day or the next day, but it was like super quickly after. I was like, oh, that's the one Kendra was talking about. So, Choosing God in the Frustrations of Life. So upon her recommendation, I picked it up and I want to read it. My last nonfiction, this one is a video-based Bible study. I do not have the video because I got this from the thrift store, but a study of 1st and 2nd Kings, Trustworthy, Overcoming Our Greatest Struggles to Trust God by Lisa TerKeurst. I really like Lisa TerKeurst, and I love these kinds of Bible study books. This one has been written in, which I'm totally fine with reading someone else's answers. Obviously, they were fine with other people reading their answers. They put it in the thrift store, so yeah, I'm really excited to like dig deep in the Word of God this year. I'm excited. So there's that one. I mean, if it has anything to do with Middle Earth or Tolkien or whatever, I'm down. So I found this, the Tolkien Companion. I found this when my friend and I were at the thrift store actually, and this one has just all sorts of stuff. I think it's just like, it's kind of like a, what do they call those? I forget what they call those. But anyway, you can look up any word or concept from Tolkien's world and look it up in this book. And it'll have a long description about like the history of that or whatever. Like what is Fell Winter? The winter of 2911, Third Age, which struck northern Eriador with great severity. So it's definitely a companion. Like if you don't know what something was or you forgot, look it up in your companion. And I'm so excited to have this. This is by J.E.A. Taylor. I managed to score 2 at 2 different trips at Dollar Tree. Now at Dollar Tree in Canada, all the books are $1.50. So, and they're brand new, which is really amazing for brand new books. So the first one I found was Ball Lightning by, I don't know how to say this person's name, but I have tried The 3 Body Problem by them and I DNF'd that one. But I thought, it's $1.50 and I don't know, I'm just willing to try it. I'm willing to try it. So yeah, we'll see. I want to read this one. And then the other one that I found at the dollar store was Children of Dala by Caligan Smith. I don't know. This cover, first of all, is basically the reason why I want to read it. There are no second chances in the labyrinth. It has something to do with the labyrinth. That's cool. It is in first person, not so cool. But she is nameless, but she is not afraid. Totally interested. And then a few more to go. I got a couple classics. I've got The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. I've heard some people don't like this one, but also heard that it's like deserves to be a classic. Ooh, it's in first person. 6 months in a young woman's life. Oh, I don't know if I will like that. Unless something actually happens. Like, I don't like slice of life stuff. We shall see. Oh, I've also heard that one's super depressing. And then this one, which I was so stoked to find, but it is in rough shape. That's sad. Is The Man in the Iron Mask by Alexander Dumas. Dumas? I don't know if you pronounce the S. Anyway, this cover looks so cool, and I really want to read this book this year, or 2022. So I hope I can get to it. Oh no, not this one. I was thinking of The Three Musketeers, also by Alexander Dumas. But anyway, yeah, I remember this movie. I like the movie, so I'm willing to see how the book is. Plus, it's a sweet vintage copy, of course. I've got a couple new Agatha Christie's, not new, but new for me. Black Coffee. Haven't heard of this one, but I'm always collecting Agatha Christie's. This one's almost a little too new. I like the more vintage ones like this one. A Murder is Announced. A Jane Marple? Oh, is that Miss Marple? Okay. Anyway, this one's a bit too new of a cover, but it was a Christie, so I will pick it up. And then this one, love the cover. Here for that. I've got 2 Christmas ones that I found. This really cool vintage copy of A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. Just love this edition. And then I found Christmas Magic, which is Tales of Yuletide Enchantment. So these are all like, I'm assuming short stories, Christmas fantasy, not really sure what. But I don't know. I was drawn in by the 80s looking cover and short stories, Christmas, you know, this will be good for next Christmas. And then the only books that I got for Christmas this year, but I'm really excited about them. My husband bought me, which way should I hold on? This one. This series by Trisha Levenseller, Daughter of the Pirate King, Daughter of the Siren Queen. I recently read this duology and I really enjoyed it, so now I have them on my shelf. Yeah, this is a really fun YA fantasy. It is, I would say it is quite typical in the way that it's written. So if you don't like YA fantasy, maybe you won't like this. Sometimes it's a hit, sometimes it's a miss. This one was a hit for me, so there it is. Excited to have those. So that is the book haul for you. The last one of the year. I'm excited to have these now put on my shelf instead of sitting in a pile. Let me know what was like something that you hauled recently, or maybe you got gifted for Christmas that you are absolutely loving or super excited to get to. Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Oh, annoying. Don't mind me, I'm just over here taking off stickers that rip off and don't come off cleanly. Whatever. Anyone have any like quick tips for that?